What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerd On Update, our weekly show in which we talk about the nerdy news, whether it's exciting to us, sad to us, or interesting to us, all of the between. And we answer questions from you, the people.
Yeah.
You.
Just realized this is like, I could be Xbox, man. Make a whole suit out of this. Felt like Cyclops when I held it up. I felt like, Cyclops looks like this a little. I could be Xbox, man.
You look more like what a character in Cyberpunk looks like. It's like, where is his eyes?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I hate it. It's a little tryptophobia. Oh God, where did the holes begin and the end?
Sounds like my honeymoon.
Oh, what? Wow.
But more wet.
Oh, hello.
But less scary.
Well, we don't do names here, but who wants to go first with their news?
I'll go first. Mine's quick and to the point. Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast and Papa Hasbro.
Bros.
Got in a little bit of you may have heard. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the stock market at all, but you may have heard they're in a little bit of a trouble for not maybe understanding the pulse of their player base.
Oh no.
So they released let me turned my light off.
Has the hierarchy in the Hasbro power changed?
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. They released something called it's the Magic 30th anniversary. It was $1,000 for 4 packs.
Holy shit.
And what you got in the packs were not tournament legal cards. They were essentially proxies. $1,000 for 4 packs of proxies, and you could pull things like a proxy Mox or a proxy Black Lotus, which even if you don't really play Magic, you've seen the Black Lotus card, you know what it is. So they put this up for sale, and it is one of the first limited products that Wizards has released with Hasbro that for the entirety of the 30 some odd minutes that it was available, there was instant queues. People could buy them. It was not an issue. And after 30 minutes, suddenly the sites here and there, first in the US, then in Europe, started going, no longer available, no longer available, no longer available. So we're like, oh my God, it did sell out, But then
I think I saw that in our Magic Discord that somebody was like, oh, I managed to get something like.
They put out a tweet that said, this product, thank you guys for coming. The product is no longer available for purchase because they legally can't say it sold out. So another bad sign. There has been a leak. As of this time, I haven't done my total due diligence and see if it's been confirmed or not, but there was a leak that someone had some info that somewhere around 20,000 were made, and only 1,900 were sold. So that's, if I'm doing my math correctly, that's millions of dollars that Hasbro did not make off this product. So it was kind of cool to see as a community, people pull together and speak with their wallets, because you don't get that often. It's the reason we have, a Call of Duty every year. It's the reason nothing changes. We have Madden, where it just keeps getting worse and worse. So like it was kind of cool to see. And this isn't to say that like, look, if you like the product, like that's not, if you show up at an LGS and like, hey guys, I'm playing Commander, I have these, I'm not gonna make fun of you. Like you bought it because you liked it, whatever, you got it as a gift. But it was cool to see the player base be like, this isn't what we want. This is not something that we want. We can't even use these in the according to your rules, we can't use these in your tournaments. So it's probably going to show up in stores and stuff like that. But it was as someone who was opposed to it, it was cool to see the community kind of band together and be like, nah, dog, we're cool. Because there's
thank you.
18,000 boxes of these did not sell. So that is a hopefully sending a message to Hasbro being like, maybe we should rethink our approach to our short-term games, because that's what it seems from the outside. It seems that Hasbro is kind of being like, let's wring every penny we can. It's very big EA energy, Like, let's get all the
Mm.
money we can out of the Magic community before we crash it to the ground, which sucks because it's a beloved game that's been around for 30 years. So props to everyone who stuck to it. I guess, this is our version of Diamond Hands. Like,
I was gonna say
don't
this is the anti-game stonks.
yeah, anti-game stonks says don't buy. And we did it. We made it out. So there was a lot more to that story. If you're interested, hit me up in the Discord. Hasbro did this thing where they, unbeknownst to these YouTube creators of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, they were sent these to open on stream, and they didn't know that it's like a toxic product. It's a volatile product, and there was a couple streamers who opened it on stream, and once they did their due diligence afterwards, actually took their video down and put up apology videos in solidarity with the MTG community. So Hasbro was reaching, man. They were really reaching. So yeah, I'm hoping to see some change out of that.
My God.
Big news on the MTG front. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What?
That's the news.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. No, just kidding.
next?
I'll go next. My news is brief. Some trailers came out this past week that, when I saw the headline for the trailers, these different ones, I was like, no, really? Yeah. And so we got a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. We got a Transformers Rise of the Beast trailer. Let
me know if you want me to break that down for y'all, by the way. I'll talk. But go ahead.
I'm just listing, and then we can talk about them. Tom. No, just kidding. Indiana Jones 5. Super Mario Brothers movie.
It was the Infinite. No, damn it! I knew the title of it. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Infinite, or something like that.
Dial of
Destiny.
Destiny. There it is.
Density. Super Mario Brothers full trailer. Cocaine Bear, which looks awesome. Yeah, I'm super. I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. I haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. Mainly, I was very excited about the Transformers, basically Beast Wars, and the Indiana Jones. Yeah. I don't know. Like Indiana Jones, for me, I think I've said this with Jurassic Park. I'm always going to be excited for when a new one is announced. Yes. I'm not going to make any sort of judgments. I'm not going to be like, oh, it better be good. I'm just going to be like, okay, this is exciting. They're doing something. And if it sucks, it's like, well, dang.
I'm excited for it.
I'm going to say this, and I will stand on this platform to say this. It don't matter who's in this movie, as long as Indiana Jones. Who in this movie, what cameo is made, I don't give a dang. But 2 words. It's a name. Round. James Mangold. The man to finish a franchise.
Yeah.
Did Logan, did Ford v Ferrari. I trust this man with any movie he touches. I'll let you know what. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You do you.
Go in your bag, baby.
I mean, we're doing like a first impressions thing here. The Indiana Jones one, I was touched. I know they still have a year for the CGI, so I'm excited for that to be a little more fleshed out. But it's got a good feel to it. I'm a shill for Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Oh,
I think she can do.
Oh yeah,
no wrong. And you know what? Like, props to Harrison being like 80 years old and being like, Indiana Jones dies with me. And I respect that, because
get off this train.
I mean, you saw that interview, right, where he's like, no one else is gonna play this. When he dies, when I die, he dies. That's it. And that's
Chris Pratt cries to himself.
Yeah, I mean that way. But the Cocaine Bear, I want to just touch on for a second. So, do you guys know that it's a true story?
True story, yeah.
And
So when they got the rights, it was a really big thing in the trades.
Let me go through the quick version. I was told this. Shout out to Tim, and watch the trailer for it. It's a true story. There's this drug smuggler who would fly cocaine in, and he would crash the plane and jump out. He would drop the payload, crash the plane, so he didn't have to land and go through like customs and all that kind of stuff. And he would smuggle it through the forest that way.
Do the hard part of smuggling.
He dies. He didn't make it. He didn't make it one time. And in real life, there was a bear that they found dead. And when they did a tox report, it was just like all of its organs had exploded because it had done so much cocaine. And there were like different reports of people seeing this bear. And so the people wrote this movie based on the real story of this guy who dropped the mob's cocaine off in the forest and died. And a bear ate like kilos of it.
I'm
and
so
just
excited about
tore
this
through the
even
forest.
more. Like
Yeah.
even more. It's I can't even
Yeah.
even contain
It's like
my boner.
this and Violent Night are like two things. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's be weird.
Yeah, let's make weird shit. I think what's interesting is the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's very interesting to see the dichotomy of opinions and different celebrities actually coming out and saying things and
I'm Donkey Kong. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm just really thirsty.
there were a couple of
Hey,
parts in
hey,
the trailer that I was like, no. But
Oh,
this-
that tasted good.
Does it taste like it's got all of your
Sorry, I just need one more
focus
sip real quick.
on this show?
You know what? That is actually a
That is
perfect
good
time
water.
to. I'm going to make this a part of my news because it's still current. We was it last week? Yeah, last week we said that we told
2
all
weeks ago.
y'all that
Yeah.
we are now partnered with Focusrite, and the giveaway is still going on. It goes until tomorrow. I think the end of tomorrow is the end of it.
There's still time.
What are you
There's
waiting
still
for?
time. Yeah,
Sorry,
so-
just real quick. It's so hot in here.
So, I mean, if you're watching this afterwards and it's before tomorrow midnight,
No.
great.
Oh, if it's a
enter.
on Twitch,
But if
yeah.
it's after December 6th, I'm so sorry.
You had to find out.
You got to find out. But
I
we
had
are with
to, bro.
Focusrite, so check them out. They're amazing. Focusrite, their new product, Vocaster 1, 2.
Do it
it's
now.
great. Do it now. It's very interesting.
Don't waste
to
any
see.
more time, baby.
It is interesting to see the entry numbers because I'm like, come on, peeps, come on now, more people.
It's free shit.
It's free. It's free. It's a free entry. But that's my news. What about you, Tom?
Well, real quick, just talking a little bit about Transformers.
Oh, yeah.
Release the Beast. It's just interesting. You know, obviously they're going in this direction. It looks like there was a lot of positive feedback from Bumblebee. They got the boy Usnavi up in there.
Yeah.
And you know they're using
Tom
some of the
knows I was stoked about that already. Like, yeah.
they're using the G1 models for the Autobots. And you know, if you knew Beast Wars, then you know that it's not Autobots and Decepticons, it's Maximals and Predacons. And it's,
maximize.
yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's
Are
Optimus
they gonna have
Primal.
the glory of the?
For the glory of the
Well,
royalty.
see, I don't know. The thing is, like the Predacon symbol is a bug. Normally, it looks like Waspinator. They didn't change the Maximal symbol. They changed the Predacon symbol. It looks like. And if you know the Lorish, then you know that Optimus Primal is the descendant of Optimus Prime. And so, why are these two meeting in this film? Who knows? It's I haven't seen that happen in where time travel was not a shenanigan that was happening. If you watch War of Cybertron on Netflix, it's a really good retelling of the origins of Transformers. And then also, I think there was, it's another one that was a Machinima one where Ron Perlman, I think, first voiced Optimus Primal. And they did a lot of a multiverse kind of thing. And Transformers is a multiverse thing, which is very weird. That's all I want to talk about in Beast Wars. The
Saturday
Trans Man.
morning me from the '90s is like so like pumped.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
just like it's sad for the last month, but also pumped.
And then also on top of that, guess what? Magic the Gathering released a secret lair Transformers Brothers War. It all connects. Multiverse,
I
hashtag.
did buy it.
You would or you did?
I did.
Oh,
It's
man.
Blightsteel and Darksteel Colossus. They're two of my favorite cards. So
Oh yeah, I have to get the Blightsteel. I have to.
you don't have to, Tom.
I have to.
Neither of us have to.
Come on,
I have to.
He
I'm
has to.
I am ascending into the degenerate Magic player.
Welcome to Artifacts, Tom.
I know, right? Well,
I'm
no,
here to help with all
it's
you
just for
need
me
to
to
know.
cheat out Satoru for Satoru. That's
Oh,
being
okay.
an evil man. Anyways, my news, baby. What's going on, everyone? It's out
Oh,
here.
that's a big
DC boy. What's going on? Die Ball Bros.
You have so many
I got
things
too
within
many.
your
I got too
title.
many. I got too many. DJ Qualms. So
Rude
Blue
boys on
Beetle.
a lot.
Blue Beetle,
Blue Blazer Black.
published their teaser poster. A
It
lot of
looks
people have already
sexy.
seen set photos, saw the wardrobe and costuming. Everyone's really excited. I think the Hispanic community was definitely like rallying behind Jaime Reyes being Blue Beetle instead of Ted Kord, and who Brandon Routh has portrayed Ted Kord in the CW verse. But Jaime Reyes is my favorite of the Blue Beetles, mainly because he gets to interact with everyone, and plus he's using alien technology versus Ted Kord, who kind of just makes his own suit. He's a little bit more like a
Fantastical.
like a Green Hornet-ish, where it's like I just use tools and that's what I'm using. But Ted Kord's also genius level billionaire playboy. So
Reyes was more interesting in the Green Lantern comic we read, how he got the suit and how he like dealt with it. And I just think I don't know. I like that that kind of coming of age tale where like the much like Spider-Man, the power is kind of thrust upon him and he has to figure out how to balance the life and Blue Beetle life.
I love the poster. Like when it popped up on my feed, I was like, oh my god, it looks so. I just like the colors. I'm a sucker for like the blues and purples, and just like it just looks so good. Really, they saw our branding and they were like, man, they know what's up.
Oh yeah, that looks sexy.
Cash check. Cut the check. So I bring this up because there's always data. You always got to kind of look at the data, whether you like it or not. Just see how masses and droves and people you respect and people you don't respect, how they respond to things, right? Just like Josh talking about with the Super Mario trailer. So this got released. DC released it, and then I think Warner Brothers Entertainment released the image, and then James Gunn, who is the current co-president of DC Films, released it. And James Gunn got the most engagement out of it. And it's just always kind of interesting to see where people are kind of getting excited from. Are they getting excited from a person, an actor, a director, a producer, a writer? Is it the studio social media? Is it the comic book social media thing? And it kind of tells a story that I think there are things changing, moving, or happening around in the DC world. Which brings me on to the next bit, where the Flash film is moving up a week, so it's going to be released sooner. It's Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti, the director and then wife producer. They have been talking about like it's been locked and that's all it is. Like I think the moment they did it and were on principal photography, it was a done deal. Like it was never a matter of like will it, won't it? Because back in 2016. It was already not even 2016, maybe 2014. After Man of Steel, they had said like, hey, a Suicide Squad movie and Aquaman, Rick Famuyiwa was going to do the Flash, and Cyborg, Ray Fisher was going to be so much part of it. And then once 2017 hit, it just kind of threw everything into a flux. Everything that was in production was already being made out, but like in terms of Flash, Cyborg, Green Lantern, all those projects got put into limbo zone, especially even Man of Steel, Superman. That being said, so we see a poster, we see some promo material from the Flash. We see that Flash is wearing a particular uniform. I'm not going to make spoilers for people who aren't paying attention to that for their own personal reasons because they want to be excited about it or they just don't care. But it shows some art designs of different costumes being played. People are kind of hyping it up. Again, the audience score for the Flash is the highest it's ever been. Take that what you will.
It's one of those things that I'm like, I'll believe it when it actually hits.
Every Marvel movie that's an origin is as good as Iron Man. Every ensemble movie is as good as the first Avengers. Every DC movie is as good as The Dark Knight. That's just the tabloid headline thing that sells, clicks, and gets people excited. Watch a trailer, see what you like. If you don't care, then don't buy it. Like as Corey mentioned in his news, vote with your dollars. Got to vote with your dollars. So, all that being said, that is mainly my news. There is one thing I don't know if it's 100% confirmed yet, but I think the Warner Brothers Discovery are they're changing the streaming platform where they're combining both Discovery Plus and HBO Max, and it might just be called Max. I think the quote unquote rumor is that it'll just be Max, but nothing's been said so far. A lot of people voicing opinions being like HBO is like a standard of television, so why change? Why remove the HBO part? And some people are saying like, at least for me, I say, why don't you just call it HBO Plus? Because you have Discovery Plus and then you have HBO. But who am I? I'm not a decision maker.
Who are you, Tom? I'm laughing because I don't know, the like qualifiers like Max or like Epic or things like that. Like when they're added to titles of things, or they just like are a part of a title, it just makes me laugh and it just sounds so stupid to me.
What about Plus?
For some reason, that's okay. I'm kind of like, okay. It's like, okay. It's like Plus. Yeah, cool. But like Max sounds like it needs to have the like monster truck rally guy.
It's a insightful word.
Movies.
HBO Max.
But that's all my film, or all my stories.
All
So
your
moving
films.
on. Yeah, all that.
And Kirstie Alley died today,
Yeah, that was.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it made me sad. It
Wow.
was
like a few hours ago.
yeah.
Wow.
I just found out right now.
Yeah.
What an interesting.
It's a
Like-
short battle with cancer. So
Apparently they just found it or something like that. Like
Wow.
recently or something. Yeah, no, that's sad. She was a part of my like 90s I don't know, like comedy lineup because my stepdad would
Look who's
always
talking.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic. So many good things. Anyway, the next part of the show is in which I tell everybody about Focusrite again because I made this graphic and I didn't show it earlier when we were talking. And I was like, man, this graphic's so cool. Go to focusrite.com/nerdon. Enter the giveaway. It's a giveaway. But the next part of the show is we talk about the questions that you sent us. And whether you are a part of the Nerd On Nation, that's powered by Patreon, nerdon.tv/Patreon. Or you're just, you're watching us on the social medias or the YouTube, wherever, send in your questions. The best way is to join the Discord. I think that is like the quickest way to do it. There are
100%.
channels within there that like we see them because the conversation is always active over there. And there are channels that are specifically devoted to submitting your questions. And so we see them almost instantaneously. And so we know, oh, hey, this person sent in a question. But like my absolute kind of like favorite way is if you join the Nerd On Nation and you get what we call the Nerd On Nudge, where we will answer your questions first. You get that, but you also get some cool perks. Like today, we went live in Discord while we were setting up. So you can see some of the behind the scenes kind of stuff and things. But
It's literally just us just fucking around.
Making
Hanging
sure like sound check and all that kind of stuff. But you can ask questions like Jeremy M asks, if you could go to any afterlife when you die, including one of your own invention, what would it be? Yeah, there are different afterlives. I meant to look this up and I didn't.
Yeah. Are you talking about like Norse mythology afterlife, like the halls of Valhalla and stuff like that, or like?
Does reincarnation count?
I guess. I don't believe in an afterlife.
I know you
So-
don't, but
So
But you
I
can
always-
make one.
I mean, here's the thing: Greyhaven's in Lord of the Rings is not even the afterlife. It's the undying lands. You live forever, but it kind of is like their afterlife. I mean, it's the elves' homeland. I don't know.
What happens in the Undying Lands?
You live forever.
Do they still have to take dookies?
I don't,
The amount of disappoint Corey had in his face. Like,
Oh,
I'm not
man.
even his child, and it's like as if I
I'm
just
gonna
was like,
say I'm gonna pick the one from Dragon Ball Z, because then I can come back if I need to.
King Yama's out there. It's like, you need to go help
Yeah.
Earth. It's like, what?
There was that meme the other day where they're like, "Oh my God, Goku's dead." And they're like, "Okay, no, Goku's dead. Yeah, sure. We'll figure that out later. We're finishing this game real quick." It's like, yeah, I like that.
There's a good meme with Goku too of just like anytime you're doing something, all of a sudden you just hear hey, it's me, Goku. It's like, oh my god, he can never leave us alone. It's like he always keeps coming back.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Josh, you have one?
I'm more so like, I don't necessarily believe in an afterlife, so to speak. If anything, like what might I'm having trouble with words today. Something that seems interesting to me is the idea of reincarnation and reincarnating as like something basic like a butterfly or like an animal of some sort would be cool. Like a rock. Like, oh shoot, what have I done? Oh, The Rock. Oh, like the celebrity The Rock. Yeah, no. Yeah, totally.
This is no, because that was sad. I almost said, do you guys ever see the movie What Dreams May Come? This is such a like deep cut. Do you know that movie?
Yeah.
So like when he's in his heaven and everything is like the pastel paints and the oil painting and everything like that, I thought that was dope. But then I realized like there's so many people I probably wouldn't ever get to see again because there was some hardline rules with that shit. So I take that back.
Mine, without spoilers, would be how what in The Good Place. The Good Place, a place specifically designated for you, and designed, and there's an architect who builds your perfect life.
Wait, is that show, The Good Place?
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
with Kristen Bell and Ted Danson.
Got it.
And yeah, The Good Place. That's pretty chill. You walk around. You could learn how to fly. You can, you see some demons. There's some bureaucracy stuff going on, but like most of the while there's an architect who's like, I've designed this for you, and you're like, all right, for sure. And I'm cool with that. Like it's like, all right, and then when you're done, then you're done. You don't have to be there anymore. I'll try to say that without all of the spoilers. So it's like, that's
respect.
I like that one. Next question.
Yes. Yeah. Next question comes from B-Rad. Brad, what's your favorite? That's not a Christmas movie. Like a movie that somehow involves Christmas in its setting. Die Hard is off the table since that's the obvious one. I have one. I'm just going to steal it just in case. Kiss, Kiss, Bang, Bang.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It technically takes place during Christmas.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say you're gonna steal it just in case?
I was just, to be perfectly honest, I almost would have thought Corey would have
That was my answer. So now I'm looking at the other stuff. No. That's.
I was gonna say if it's white elephant rules, then whoever grabs first, you didn't really steal it, but someone else can steal it from you, and then now you have to just find a new one. A non-Christmas, a movie with Christmas inside of it that's not a Christmas movie. You got one?
Me? No, Josh said sorry. I said no. It was the right answer.
It's a good one. That's a good one.
That's the one.
I was looking them up before. Oh, got it.
3.
Easy. Yeah. Rocky 4. Rocky 4, baby.
Rocky Respect.
4. Okay. I must break you. So good.
Babe.
What? No. Babe, does it take place during Christmas?
That's what it says. Christmas means carnage.
Is Big during Christmas?
Is it?
Big?
Is part of it?
Big movie Christmas.
Mamba, you're breaking the question.
I don't think so.
They said F the question.
I
didn't say that.
I don't think it is.
No, it's not. Because every day a kid could make a wish to Zoltar.
This is hard. This is a difficult one. Movies that are technically not Christmas movies but have to do with Christmas.
I got a whole list.
All right.
So there's Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick. There's Little Women.
Batman Returns.
Yeah,
Batman Returns.
Very Christmassy. Like the whole thing is snowy.
Edward Scissorhands.
True. Maybe
Ooh,
Burton is
Edward,
the Christmas man.
Edward Scissorhands might be the right answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That might be my. I think I'm gonna do that one.
Trading Places.
Trading Places is also
Rambo First Blood, really?
Good.
Hell yeah.
Christmas?
He gave everyone a gift.
Didn't he?
The gift of afterlife.
American Psycho.
Serendipity is a Christmas movie. Family Man's a Christmas movie. What is this? Did I see a man?
Gremlins, like I love Gremlins so much. Anyway,
While you were-
E.T.'s Halloween.
Do you really like that movie, or do you like it? Yeah, E.T.
E.T. That's it's the most contentious thing in our relationship with my wife.
Is it?
She,
Yeah, 'cause- yeah.
I grew up on that movie, and I have a soft spot for that movie. And I say to people a lot, and she doesn't like it because now she's seen it. When they're like, "All right, I'm gonna go," I go, "I'll be right here." I don't know if you remember that, but when they're in the hospital and they're separating E.T. and Elliot, he goes, "I'll be right here,"
wow.
and I say it a lot. More than I should.
Wow.
It's a depressing part of the movie because he's like in anyway. Yeah, I think I'll just go with Edward Scissorhands.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
That works.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's a good one.
I haven't watched that in a long time.
Oh wait, Corey, didn't you
What?
talk about this? Oh no, it is a Christmas movie. I was like, The Ref.
The Ref, yeah. The
That's
Ref is a
super
Christmas
it's a
movie.
super Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
Ref's
just
like-
a great movie.
That's like it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
It's a Christmas movie.
all right,
100%.
all right. I tried. I'm sorry. All right, you got it.
No, thank you for bringing that up though. But it's very Christmassy.
Yeah. Yeah. Next question comes from T Dog.
Home Alone.
Jingle All the Way. Does that no?
The Nightmare is a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
All
Home
right.
Alone it almost doesn't count.
Oh, hey, I wanted to say, because this happened over the weekend. Shout out to Eric H for joining the Nerd On Nation.
Hey,
Shout out to you.
Shout out for becoming a member of the Nerd On Nation.
Shout out.
But next question, T Dog. What was your fave Thanksgiving side this year?
Man, good question. Stuffing. Our friend Billy Burkhalter in the chat made
Oh,
fucking phenomenal stuffing that I think it had pounds of butter in it. It was his exact wording, but it tasted
Pounds.
so fucking good. And I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I made a killer candied yams dish.
Candy
Killed
yams.
it. Yeah.
What was your stank on it?
Well, I
What-
mean, I technically did sweet potatoes, but it's just I did burnt brown sugar in the candied yams
instead of
just putting like brown sugar into mashed yams with the marshmallows on top. So I basically I sauteed the brown sugar and butter.
He's
and
getting
then
himself
added it.
all hot and bothered afterwards.
his
It
biscuit's
made me
getting
very-
buttered right
it
now.
made me very
He's
excited.
getting like, oh,
There's nothing
Oh.
better
oh,
smell wise than like butter and sugar just frying.
butter.
Yeah.
Just butter. Like
Just burnt brown sugar into the sweet potatoes was
we
I was pretty
don't
proud of that.
we don't really eat a lot of butter in this house. Not that we don't like it. It's kind of fattening, and we love it. That's the problem. Is we love it. If we have it, we're gonna eat it. And recently, we've bought real butter a couple of times, and we were like, man, it just smells good.
Yeah.
It's just like
I don't know if I've said this on the show before, but 9 times out of 10, when Dana goes, "It smells good. What are you cooking?" I've just put butter in a pan.
butter.
That's the same thing with me, but garlic.
Yeah,
I was like, I just put garlic in there. Chill out.
yeah.
Chill.
He goes, "What
chill.
is that?" I'm like, "Butter frying."
It's,
Like,
it's just
this-
butter. Why is this
Like,
so
well,
good? There's butter.
It's
in
not
it.
wrong. It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
Speaking of butter, I mean, I love stuffing, but can a dessert count?
It's not a side technically because it's
It's
a dessert.
Of course.
It's like its own thing.
I would know. I watched the movie The Menu,
Menu.
and they talk about is courses.
Okay.
T-Dog says it doesn't count. It's his
Okay,
question.
Okay.
It's
okay,
true.
Okay.
Okay. I will
I was
say,
about to be like, I'll let it slide, but if T-Dog says,
for my spread that I had, it was my stepmom cooking.
I'm talking about slide and spreading.
Whoa. First we have burnt brown sugar, butter. It would be stuffing. My stepmom's stuffing is just really good. It's
I
super
think
good.
we should normalize stuffing all year.
You know what's so funny? I've seen nothing but a ton of stuffing hate this year, and that's
It's
me.
like
I'm
one of
just
the
like,
best parts.
well, to me, I'm just like, what are you doing? How are
Yeah.
you making it? Are you
Who
doing
hurt you?
Are you doing the Wonder Bread shreds and shoving it into your?
Are you doing
bird
like
and
the
then coming it out with all
prepackaged, like
soggy shit? Like,
You gotta get
are,
that
are you
doctored
making
stuff.
stuffing as actual food? You know, instead of like,
No.
let's take the leftover shit and make it. It's
I
like
think we gotta normalize stuffing being a year-round thing. I think that should be. It goes good with everything on the plate. Like if I got stuffing with a spoonful of or a forkful of whatever else I was eating, I'm never like, oh, those don't go good together. It all.
I didn't used to like cranberry sauce, like just like this, like what you see during like Thanksgiving, like you see the can or the real stuff. Like I didn't used to like that, and now I'm like, nah, put that on turkey, put that on stuffing.
Here's the thing, I
That's
don't.
fine.
But when I make the
no
next
judgment.
day, no, listen though, I don't during Thanksgiving, but I need it when I make the leftover sandwiches.
Mhm.
Which is like a layer of everything from Thanksgiving. You need it. It is such a integral part of that I make sure we have it every year, even if I don't eat it on Thanksgiving. Like we have the cranberry sauce. You don't eat it. I was like, not tonight. I won't.
It's a part of the
It's a
flavor,
condiment. It's a condiment at this point.
I'm pre-planning.
the flavor profile of this sandwich
yeah.
is very. There's a layer of cranberry sauce.
It
that
needs
just
to be
thin.
right in the middle. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Whew. Now I wish it was Thanksgiving again.
My
While
favorite
you're asking that
side-
question, I'll just say.
I'm not asking a question. My favorite side is probably going to be fucking just mashed potatoes.
Mm.
Just mashed potatoes.
Nothing wrong with mashed
Easy mashed potatoes, fluffy, stiff peaks. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of a gravy guy are you? Are you like you want to make a volcano? Do you just like pour it on? Like, how do you do your gravy?
Good
You
question.
do gravy?
I'm a degenerate.
Oh, you don't like gravy?
Just pour it on
No,
everything.
I do everything. You know, I like look.
No,
I'll
that's
do
okay.
this. I'll-
If it's good
like, I'll get-
gravy,
No, I'll do everything. The thing is, like, it doesn't matter to me. It's just like
just put it in my
it
mouth.
just needs to be one in me, right? Like either
Yeah,
I can do
yeah.
a bowl of mashed potatoes by itself, I do
Yeah.
a little volcano boy, or I do like, all right, it's on the side of the plate, and now
Yeah.
I just made enough like mash, and I have the gravy like also in the volcano still. But
Oh,
then I
yeah.
just like rip apart the turkey and just dip that. and
Yeah,
just
I
eat that, you know?
definitely am a gravy on the turkey guy.
Oh,
Yeah, I just dip the whole thing.
I
Or
put that shit on
sometimes
everything.
sometimes I get that I just get a noodle
hungry.
bowl. I just get a noodle bowl of mashed potatoes and gravy, and then I just eat the turkey on top of it, and whatever falls down becomes part of my famous bowl now.
I was
Good
gonna say,
lord.
did you guys ever? Do you ever hear the Patton Oswalt?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah,
Bit about the America
100%.
Bowl, or I forget what it's called.
the KFC's the
the famous
KFC bowl.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
the famous bowl. Yeah,
famous bowl.
and I know someone that worked at KFC, and he's like, "Don't ever eat these." So I don't know what the Patton Oswalt thing is, but I just know like
Just find the bit. It's just that whole CD like was on repeat like when it came out for me. Like, and that's like one of the bits that was featured on that album, and it's so funny. I don't have any more questions. It's Tom. Tom has the questions from here.
Do I have any questions in our bucket? And also, does anyone in the chat have questions? Okay, we did top 3 cheeses last time. We did AMVs.
We pulled a Corey.
We did that. Oh, well, Steve's not in this one. Maybe we hold on to it. We can answer it. Nah.
This is good content. This is.
Hey man, this is right here. What's your favorite new Gen 9 Pokemon
Is
from
that
T-Dog?
the Scarlet?
I
yeah,
don't know.
Is that Generation 9? I haven't played it.
Gosh, you are asking
I
the
choose-
worst person.
Pokechew.
Yep,
Pokey
that's
Chew.
Gen 9.
It's just a Pokeball.
No, Corey, you like Sprigatito.
What?
That's a cat. That's a grass cat man.
I don't like grass types.
Sounded like
But he's a cat man.
sounded like an ABBA lyric.
What's the fire type?
It's a alligator.
That's the one.
It's
my
a
favorite.
It's
What
a
do I
Foy
like,
Coco.
Tom? Tell me, do me next.
I think you would like Quaxley, actually. Not gonna lie, because he's
Yeah,
got like
probably.
this nice
I've at
blue
least seen
hair.
that. I'm at least familiar with that.
That's I'm gonna submit that design though. I'm gonna do Pokemon. It's a Pokeball that fights.
Pokemon.
For you.
A
Yeah.
Pokeball. I mean, they already have Sinistea.
Is that a Pokeball that fights for you?
It's a teacup.
And it's gonna be a fairy type.
I think Sinistea is a ghost fairy.
Perfect.
My favorite of this one is
Palmy is cute.
is Iron Treads, because it's really stupid. It's like the dumbest Pokemon I've ever seen in my life.
Is
Okay,
it
next
the-
one.
More than the
You've
one
told
that's
me
a-
some pretty dumb
There's
Pokemon.
the one that's just a trash bag.
I was gonna say.
I will take a trash bag over this every day of the week. They made Donphan into like a machine, and so he's just like an orb that has like a track, like a tank's track as its tusk. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
what did you do to this Pokemon? What have you
Hurt
done?
you?
Like, in order to turn this into a Digimon, now you've turned it into a fucking Neopet. So, anyways, next question.
Sure.
Bad Reprint asks, this is a
B-Rad.
repeat question, but only Tom has given an answer since he was the only one on the update when it was read.
Huh?
Fat Sal's always dresses up as a restaurant from pop culture Halloween. From pop culture. For Halloween, McDowell's from Coming to America, Big Kahuna Burger from Pulp Fiction. What fictional restaurant would you love for them to be next year? And what's the special sandwich and or shake and or side you'd have them have?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Any restaurant, any fictional restaurant. I mean, Big Kahuna Burger is so good. McDowell's from Coming to America is also brilliant. You got to answer?
It's so dumb.
Go on.
No, it doesn't. No,
It doesn't
not
work?
Fictional. No, it's just because I was like, Big Lebowski. It dresses up as the In-N-Out from Big Lebowski
Oh.
and makes their own. Those are good burgers, dude.
Yeah.
And then all the shakes are just White Russians.
It's an option
Man,
because
and
they
all
don't
the
show us
fries
the
look like
In-N-Out, so
cigarettes.
it's almost does it exist? They're eating in the car. I don't
that's
know.
true.
The dude never
What-
bowls.
What's yours, Corey?
Well, I was gonna say, the first thing that came to my mind was Big Kahuna Burger, but then when you read the question, I was like, fuck, now I gotta think of something else because I really want to eat that. I'll say Bob's Burgers. Shout out to Neil, because his burger of the day is always a pun, and I really appreciate that. And I feel like I am the kind of person who, if I walked into a burger joint and their burger of the day was a pun, that's what I don't need to see the menu. I don't need to know what else you have because I'm gonna get that one.
Nice.
Yeah. Plus his voice. I think
Yeah. John
H. Benjamin or H. John Benjamin.
I don't get to answer it because I answered it before, so I'll move on to the
What
next
was your
question.
answer? Do you remember?
I mean, I might have said Big Belly Burger from DC, and they have a pie that Clark Kent really likes, but that sounds wrong. I might have been like, maybe a Pokemon food thing. No, I said Cyberpunk, I think. I probably said Cyberpunk. I
Oh.
was like on a Cyberpunk kick back at that point. But if I can redact it, since Pokemon's Violet and Scarlet make sandwiches and you put Herbal Mysticas inside of them, like, I guess that's the thing. And all they would
You
just be like,
said
seaweed salad.
Big Belly Burger from DC.
Ah,
B-Rad has
At least you're consistent.
confirmed.
the brain,
You know?
the three head. Next question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question is going to be from Hey Coop 94.
Hey, Coop.
This is going to be, who's your favorite comedian?
Oh, man.
Tom
One.
Segura. Oh, dead or alive?
Hey,
George
this is-
Carlin, if dead. Tom Segura, if alive.
Jack.
There you have it.
If dead, Robin Williams. I
Good
love his
answer.
stand-up. Alive, I am a sucker for Dana Carvey stand-up. I just like going way back. If you ever hear me go, it's Nakey time. That's a Dana Carvey. I don't know. It's a Dana Carvey joke. It's
James
so
A.
dumb.
Caster is a great answer. Bad reprint in the chat. Man, his 4-part series on Netflix is fucking amazing. And his bit on Celebrity British Bake Off was really great. They asked him. He made a baked oatmeal something, and it like came out soggy still. And like, what happened, James? He goes, well, started baking, had a mental breakdown. Bon appetit. Hey, there you go.
Dead or alive? Dead. I wouldn't say I know a lot of them that I've watched. So it wouldn't be anything original. So I'll just go with the live ones. And I'll probably say right now, my favorite comedian.
Oh, I just love another one.
What's his name? I think I could look it up in 10 seconds. You all know his name from one thing.
I will say Eddie Izzard because that was another one that I was like, ooh,
She's
watched
great.
a lot of.
She's a politician now.
Mm-hmm. I got to see one of their last like tours. They came to LA, and they were that was a tour that they were saying that they were going to run next year. So
Yeah.
it's like it's very cool.
So y'all know him as Uncle Roger.
Oh,
I know him as Nigel. I don't know him as that way. I've never watched any of the shows, but I'm like, that's probably my favorite at this point right now because
Tom also has a soft spot for God, what's his name? Peterson. Is it Peterson? Russell Peters.
Russell Peters. Russell Peters. I do like Russell Peters. All of the people that George Lopez was really good too.
Emotional
Carlos Mencia.
No.
Just kidding.
But like the thing I like about Nigel Ng is that like I've seen his stuff on YouTube and I really, really like that he pokes fun at like knowing that Asian dudes or brown people, when we make jokes about our own culture, like we kind of create a space where it's okay for people to laugh at a little bit of the stereotypes. And then he calls it out too, because it's like, it's this funny kind of like two robbers knowing they're trying to rob each other kind of feeling where it's like, and it's like, all right. and then they move on. You're like, all right, well, you got me. All right, I got you. And then they move on to the next joke. And I think that's just pretty funny. I don't know if he's going to blow up huge or anything like that. Obviously he's like killing it right now on YouTube, but
He comes up on my feed, and I watch every time.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I mean, I guess it also counts. Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I like Bo Burnham a lot, and you know, something about I guess the comedians I tend to like will always try to get a little serious, and then you're like, maybe I'm just being taught something new today. Maybe I'm not here for jokes, but then you remember their stuff, so it has some entertainment value into it. That would be my answer. Do we have
That's
time
what
for?
I think of when I think of you as Bowen, because getting in
Bo.
your car all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Burnham a lot.
Do we have time for one last question?
Let's do one more question.
Yeah.
One last question. I don't have any, but I just want to make sure that it was
You're just
open.
gonna make one up on the spot.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I do have a question. It's from Brad. It's from a while ago.
Shout out.
Okay. Brad, bad reprint question. If you could choose any game or other content to stream, knowing there'd be a good audience for it, what would you stream?
Commander.
Game of Commander?
Yeah, that would be it.
Would you
Commander
play
game.
with the same people? Would you want a rotating crew? What's it like? Are you guys doing?
Semi-cons. I would be there for every game. I could rotating crew and whoever could be there, but always 4 people. And I would love to have it make enough money where we could be setting interesting rules and building interesting decks. Like, like I love the kind of stuff. This has been done a bunch, but stuff like no card in your deck can be more than $1, or every card has to be from these 4 blocks. Like you can't choose cards from outside these 4 sets. Stuff like that. Like I think that would be really interesting to do. Or like, we each draw a theme. The end of one stream on 1 week we draw themes from a hat, and we go, okay, I have to build a birds deck. Oh, I have to build a elf deck. I have to build this kind of deck. So if we had enough income that we could interestingly do that.
Have you ever
Week
built a
by
deck
week.
that was just random? Like just like I'm just like
What I
not even-
had.
Yeah, just like I'm just gonna pull cards, and at least there's this much land. And it's these colors.
I
I'm
mean,
just gonna
that's
see
what
happens.
drafting is essentially.
Yeah.
You open packs and you have to build a deck out of what you've opened.
Well, I was gonna say is like it'd be cool to create a cube,
Mhm.
and so it's not 100 cards, right? You don't. If it's a commander cube, you only draft up 60.
I haven't done a cube myself.
There's one on the
Not for
command zone.
drafting, but I like it.
Yeah, there's an episode on the command zone where Brandon Sanderson, the writer for the Mistborn series, he created his own cube, and he created these cards where it's like, cool, if you have this emblem, you can also splash into white. If you have this emblem, you now all of your creatures are scarecrows, or you have this emblem, and it's like, oh, that's very
cool.
interesting. So he creates his own rules in that way, and I was gonna, I'm letting you go off on your.
I want to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to do those things where it's just like fucking around and bending the format in ways that we want to try. Like I would love for everyone to build a deck and be like, hey, surprise, everyone pass your deck to the left. Here we go. Let's play.
I like that.
So yeah, I want to do stuff like that. That would be my dream, just because it's easy. It's a little more social than just streaming by myself in a room. Yeah.
Josh,
I don't
any
know.
game or other content to stream, knowing it's going to have an audience.
I
So
don't
whatever
know.
you want.
You go, because I'm still thinking.
For me, if I could stream anything else, shit, I'd be on that Pokemon life. I'd just be watching YouTube videos of hey, have you seen this trailer? Have you seen this video?
100 card Yu-Gi-Oh decks.
I don't know. It's like the content stream, knowing there'd be an audience for it. Well, shit, baby. Honestly, it'd just be a matter of time, because I think if you guys see how I stream, like I really am just like, I bring everyone along for the ride. Whether it's like, okay, cool, we're trying this, doesn't work. All right, guys, I'm not canceling the stream. We're just gonna roll with it. And then I'm like, let's find something else to do. And it's like, all right, well, that's it. And so to me, it's more things just like, just hang out. It would just be to hang out, and we're doing whatever the hell we want to do in order to feel good and not feel alone. And that's it. You know, doing nothing with someone else is 10 times better than doing nothing by yourself. If you're doing something by yourself, that's your you time. But if you have nothing to do and you're just like, fuck, but you have someone else, like, there's so many times you spend time in a Discord and no one talks, and you're just like,
Oh yeah.
we're all just doing our thing.
I play
Streams, Dacky, Snidey, just, you know what? Mamba knows. Mamba already knows.
Mamba
This
knows.
mother box here.
Honestly, like that's yeah, it's a little of that. But you took that. It'd be fun to not that you took that. That's what I'm saying, is that's a good idea of like,
It was my white elephant.
yeah, it's I think it would be cool to stream like do more of those like watch parties and hangouts and whatnot. But I think to pick something different, I've always thought that it'd be interesting to change the medium of like, because if you go to YouTube, there's a lot of tutorial videos and you can pretty much learn how to do anything. It'd be interesting to learn on the fly, or do like kind of not master classes, but like podcasting master classes, or just like stuff like that. Just like teaching, like even when I was selling our previous audio equipment, the person that was buying it, they were brand new to podcasting, and they were asking a lot of questions. And I was like, wow, I didn't even realize the things that we know about from just doing it. And I'm like, shoot, I feel like some of the things that I've been podcasting for like a long time, since 2011. And the things that I've learned have been mistakes. They've been like YouTube. There have been like all these things. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I'm not an expert. I wouldn't say that, but I know a lot. And it's helped. Some people know nothing. And it'd be interesting about the subject. And it'd be interesting to, I don't know, teach that stuff live on a stream or something like that. Like,
there's a YouTube video I really enjoy right now. It's about the guy who's directing the Callisto Protocol, and he directed the first Dead Space.
mm-hmm.
And it's one of those like wired asks, and they have the Twitter questions like, "Why is this?" And then like he has a couple of things. I feel like that'd be really cool if you did that. Not saying you have to produce and do all your stuff, but it's like one of those like people ask these questions and you have like a mini setup.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is what you would do, and then you just show that stuff. But then most of the time you're just kind of talking.
Yeah.
You know,
It could be
theoretics.
audio, it could be acting, it could be It's fucking even computer troubleshooting, like stuff like that. That I'm like, you know, common the not so common knowledge. It's like, oh, what if we, you know, it'd be interesting to have a live platform for that, because there's a lot of videos like that you can go on YouTube right now and search how do I blah blah blah, and you'll find how do I blah 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 word for word in a video title. So it'd be, I don't know, if there was an audience for it, fuck yeah, that'd be fun. I love teaching people how to do things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the question, baby.
Get some pumped. Well, everybody, I'm going to turn the music back on because nothing gets you all hyped like music. And the song just ended. Nice. Everybody, thank you so much for watching live on Twitch. If you're not live and you're watching afterwards, like the VOD or on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you all. Do join us on Monday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for this. We stream throughout the week, different video games and whatnot.
Yup.
Be sure to check out, I'm going to put this graphic on there because there are only a couple more days. I mean, hardly even that. It's like less than 24 hours to enter the giveaway. Go to go to Focusrite.com/nerdon. I was so excited when they were like, oh no, we'll give you a link. What?
Yeah, baby.
Our name is
I don't have
related
to do everything
Oh,
myself.
yeah. But yeah, check this out. Enter. It's a free entry. It's pretty awesome. No purchase necessary. Just enter. Let's celebrate the goodness. Anything else? I mean, if you're new to us, check out our website. Our website has everything, all of our podcasts, links to all of our different channels and social media. But yeah, are we gonna raid? I keep forgetting this. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting the Nerd On Nation. Do consider joining the Nerd On Nation, powered by Patreon. It does allow us to keep doing this. It has allowed us to keep going for as long as we have. Do consider joining it. There are some cool perks and a lot of behind the scenes, like one-on-ones with us as people, because we are people. I need to update my firmware.
Yes,
who are
we
we?
are people.
Oh, we're ringing Brad.
B-Rad.
We'll be playing New World.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to go to our end screen. Everybody this week, take care of yourselves. Drink water. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. See you soon.
Kind of others.
Yeah. You know the drill. As always,
Nerd on.
Nerd on.